Lately, you may have seen these fat tire e-bikes around. For us, we have mostly seen teenage boys riding down the road, popping wheelies. So that got us quite concerned about safety and what it's really like riding on one of these. So when a brand called Jansno reached out to us and asked if we wanted to review their X70 e-bike, our curiosity got the better of us and we agreed. We're just gonna have a look at the bike itself, some safety features and the regulations here in New Zealand. So let's go. Bye! We're going to start by telling you a bit more about the look and feel of the Jansno X70. So firstly, it's got a whole retro vibe going. I want to say like 1970s. You can choose between yellow or we went with the gray. Now what I especially like about this e-bike, it feels almost like it's a e-motorbike. I feel pretty cool when I'm on it. A few things about this bike that looks really nice to me is one, the indicator lights, especially from the back. And then at the front, you have massive headlights. At first it felt quite plasticky when we were assembling it, but I think it actually does match the whole look of the bike. The seat is really soft. All around, I think it's a good looking bike. But Craig might have a more detailed look on this bike, so over to him.
A few other cool things about this bike, it comes with 2 big batteries that get you, they say, up to 200 kilometers on fully charged batteries. It's a nice metal frame. You've got disc brakes, but you can buy hydraulic brakes and put it on your bike. It's got Shimano gears, it's a 7-speed, so it's pretty cool if you're going a bit faster to gear up so you're not spinning your legs. The display is really nice because you can see your speed and you can see your odometer to know how many kilometers you've done altogether. If we were going to be a little bit nitpicky, we did notice that the welding at the back is a little bit rough, but this is for a storage box anyway. There is quite a bit of cabling in the front connected to all your indicators and your front light, but they've got these little cable kind of spirals holding all the cables together, and it's done pretty well because it's neat and that's what we like. And the handlebars are actually pretty comfortable. You feel like you're on a bit of a Harley Davidson vibes. Just want to go, whoa.
You can't adjust the seat height, but that is not a problem for me. It's actually perfect. The feeling of riding it is a lot less scary than I thought it would be. I thought it was just gonna go, but in fact if I go too slow it actually feels like I'm going to fall over, so it is good to have a little bit of initial speed on this. So to get going you can either start pedaling or you can use the throttle. How cool is that? My e-bike has a throttle without pedaling. Woo! It's pretty amazing, I won't lie. It's so much fun. And even pedaling, it takes like 1-2 pedals and then it gets going. Ooh.
I've rode about 10 kilometers on this e-bike already, and one thing I've noticed is with the lower seat and my long legs, my knees come pretty high. So I would have preferred something that you could adjust the seat, but I think it's going to take some time getting used to just pushing your bum back a bit and allowing your legs to pedal. Something that's going to take getting used to is using the indicators on this bike, because it's not something we usually use on a bicycle, but this also has a hooter. The headlight is pretty simple to turn on. You just hold down the plus button, it goes on, and there's a little light that comes up on your display. I'm not sure if this was done on purpose, but your top battery looks like a little fuel tank. The batteries are both super easy to detach and charge it in your house and then take it back down for the morning for your commute to work.
So even though Craig has been riding around on our new e-bike for the last 2 weeks, I only got my helmet yesterday. So it is time for me to hit the road and test out the Jansno for myself. And I think this is a perfect opportunity to talk about safety and also regulations around e-bikes, or should I say lack thereof. Our battery has been on charge, so we're gonna go down, slide it into the bike, and then we're actually gonna go meet some friends down on Tamaki Drive.
We are here with our friends Dave and Candy, and they're gonna give us some good safety tips later. Dave and I actually got our bikes at the same time. I don't know when it was, like
about a year and a half ago.
Year and a half. We've cycled to Run Club together.
Cycled to Park Ride, all the cycling.
Yeah. It's pretty good. And Candy's got a, what bike do you have?
Oh, I have an e-bike. I pretty much use it for commuting most of the time.
Breakfast was amazing, but over to Dave and Candy to give us the best safety tips.
All right, welcome to Dave and Candy's top tips for cycling around Auckland. Tip number 1, don't get hit by a car. Tip number 2, don't cycle into a car. Candy,
Right.
do you have anything to add?
As Dave said, try and avoid being hit by a car, but more specifically, you need to be aware of the fact that cars probably don't see you, and you need to anticipate that. You'll be shocked at the number of times a car will just pull up straight into a bike lane. Cars, or people in cars I guess, just open their doors into a bike lane as well. Be aware of pedestrians in the nicest way, very oblivious to what's going on around them. Pedestrians will often just walk across a bike path or just walk along a bike path, and you just need to be aware of that and anticipate again that they haven't actually seen you.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Thank you guys. Now that we got some road safety tips from Dave and Candy, I'm going to show you the safety features on this actual bicycle. Of course, you can't go out without a helmet, so always have a really safe helmet. We have a headlight, we have indicator lights and a brake light, and then we also have a few reflector lights like on the actual pedals and on the wheel. I think the most important thing is you just want to be seen when you're on the road. We also have a hooter. And Craig actually put the phone holder on the bike. It's a little bit sticky. Oh, working now. And then on your screen you can see how fast you're going, which is really helpful. The frame just by the seat is quite wide, so it is a little bit uncomfortable, or maybe it will just take some getting used to, like for me. So you literally like, can't even explain it. Knees are quite far apart to cycle this bicycle. There is a speed limit or a cap on this bike, which is 25 kilometers an hour. You can unlock it though, and it can go up to 45 kilometers an hour, but we decided not to do that because of safety. So one thing you guys need to realize is that I'm not really a cyclist. I am pretty nervous when it comes to riding on the road. I know there's other people like that out there, because we've done a video before where I was on an e-bike and there were other people in the comments also concerned. So this is just a bit of encouragement. You'll be fine. And it always takes just a little bit of practice and getting used to. You've got to take it out a few times just to feel comfortable on the bike. Craig was obviously comfortable from day one. So we also want to chat about what we're going to use this bike for, because it is actually super convenient, especially on a day like today where it's Waitangi Day, it's a public holiday on a Friday. Places like Mission Bay can get packed like it is today on a sunny day. Traffic in here can get very hectic, and parking as well fills up early in the morning already. But with our bikes, we found a parking very easily, and we didn't have to sit in traffic. So it's going to make life a lot easier. Craig will use it to go to work, run club, park runs, and I will use it to go down to the gym or run errands or whatever around the city, just zipping around. I think it's going to be a big time saver as well. Something that I really enjoy is the fact that you have the pedal assist levels. There are 5 levels, and there's a max speed connected to each level. For example, if you're on level 2, the max speed is about 15 kilometers an hour. So if you use the throttle, it doesn't go faster than that. You could actually put it all the way up to level 5, and it takes you to 24 point something kilometers an hour. And that for me just felt very safe. Although I was overtaken by a few teens on scooters when I was on level 5. When it comes to the regulations and road rules around these types of e-bikes, it is very unclear what they are. I couldn't find anything online. So I emailed Auckland Transport, and even the New Zealand Transport Authority, NZTA, came back to me saying that they didn't really have anything, and they just sent me a link to their website with just a few general tips and tricks for e-bikes. I think in Australia they are looking to put an age limit onto these bikes. From what we can see in New Zealand, there is nothing.
And with that in mind, always be cautious, always abide by the road rules, and be careful of the people around you, and be safe, because these things are motorized and you're on the roads, you're on the sidewalks, so just watch the people around you and stick to the speed limit.
As a first-time bike rider on the Auckland streets, I'm actually quite impressed. There are such nice cycle lanes. but there are pedestrians in them sometimes, so we've just got to be careful. But on Tamaki, there's a section where there's a pedestrian walk and a separate bike path where it's hard for pedestrians to get into.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
That is really nice.
That's where I felt the safest.
Yeah. And Auckland are trying to do more of that, which is really exciting.
If you order an e-bike of your own through the Jansno website, which we'll link in the description below, it will arrive in this big ass box. It took 2 delivery guys to bring it upstairs to our flat.
We've opened the box, and as you can see, it is mostly assembled. And you know what? I think Chantal should set this thing up because I want to go watch tennis. Bye.
Okay, I'll give Craig one job to do. He's gonna take the plastic off. That's like the funnest part.
Let's do it. It's like Christmas. Ta-da! Wow, slick as.
Just kidding, those shots were obviously just for show. Craig is doing all the hard work. He is the engineer after all, and the cyclist. It's done.
It is.
It's so cool. It didn't take too long. Craig was watching a YouTube video to put it all together.
Pretty easy.
I think we're doing this at the end of our video, so we would have already given you the full rundown of this bike. This was just us putting it together, and it was actually a lot of fun.
Yep.
The 2 of us,
So
we worked
good.
together to do it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Well done, babes. You did well.
I know we don't normally do this type of video where it's a whole dedicated review of a product. So please let us know what you think and how this video went. We enjoyed it a lot. It was, for me especially, it was something completely different. It was out of my comfort zone. And for me just to be out on the road today was a big achievement because I'm super nervous to be on the road if I'm not in a car. So for everyone else there that kind of feels like me, it's worth a try. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Let's go. Whee!
Really cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I found this little box inside the box, so let's see what's in there. Pedals, a phone holder, cute little wrenches. Is it a wrench? Is this a bike lock? This is the headlight. I want to say it's, I don't know, a tool, multi-tool. We have a pump, and I think this is maybe something to do with the indicator lights because this bike comes with indicator lights. Oh, this must be the chargers. Okay, there's 2 of these because there's actually 2 batteries on this bike. Yeah, what else? That's it. That's that, and that's it.